encourage you to settle into your mat. Just get comfortable. Start to quiet the mind. Let your spine be long. So you can lie on your back with the legs out, or you can bend those knees, let them fall into each other, whatever is more comfortable. Tuck that chin down towards the chest a little. Find length through the back of that neck. So I have a little reading on mindfulness. Because I think as yogis, we all practice mindfulness. I think yoga in itself is mindfulness. Yoga is meditation. And those two go hand in hand. So mindfulness is the awareness that arises when we non-judgmentally pay attention in the present moment. It cultivates access to core aspects of our own mind and bodies that our very sanity depends on. Mindfulness, which includes tenderness and kindness, restores dimensions of our being that have never actually been missing, but we have been missing them. We have been absorbed elsewhere. When your mind clarifies and opens, your heart also clarifies and opens. What I like about that reading is that it points out that that unlimited source is already with us. Mindfulness connects us to that alignment. But so often we fall out of that. So in your practice today, I invite you to be mindful of your breathing more than you usually are. Be mindful of when thoughts creep in. And just noticing, what are the thoughts? Maybe why are those coming up right now? And just being the observer. And then staying connected to those dimensions of ourselves that never actually leave us. All right, we'll move those knees side to side, windshield wiper, inviting some movement to the low back. And in this beginning part of the class, you can either keep the eyes open while we're on our backs, noticing the spaciousness, the space that things take up, the space that we take up. Or you can keep the eyes closed even and just tune into the body. So we'll bring those knees to the chest, give yourself a little hug, wrap the forearms around the shins, pull the knees close to the face. And then we're gonna let the left leg go back long, keep the right knee up in that armpit. Give it a little more tug, a little more pull, opening the hips. Use your breath. Still grounding onto the mat, connecting with our practice. Half happy baby right side. Grab the outside of the right foot. Begin to pull the knee to the earth. Try to keep your head on the mat. Every exhale, get a little deeper into opening this hip. Use it to release. Kick the right heel up to the ceiling, grab behind the leg, breathe into that hamstring. Straight leg stretch. Play with that right ankle, Take ankle circles. Also flex those toes down to the face and see how the calf is feeling. Trying to keep that spine glued to the mat as we move through these poses. And then switch legs, let the right leg go back down, all the way onto the mat. Left knee comes into the armpit. Pull along that shin to start with opening the hips. So trying to get the knee into the armpit, pulling along the side with that left rib cage. Really using the strength of the arms to pull. And then half happy baby, grab outside of the left foot. Gently pulling that knee towards the mat now, so the knee's a little farther off from the body. Right hand can be on right hip to keep it from lifting. How's the left side feeling today? Kick the left heel straight up to the sky. Grab behind the leg, anywhere that feels natural. Just pulling the shin towards the body to get into the hamstring. Open up that ankle, lots of balancing today. Gotta pay attention to those smaller muscles. And get into the calf, flex the toes down towards the face. All right, we're gonna release out of that. We're gonna move into a little bit of core. So we're gonna move from this tight ball position that we were in earlier, bringing the knees to the face, and then our hands are just kind of here in the exhale position. You can have the hands on the shins if you want. We're gonna inhale, hands go overhead, feet go down, and exhale back to that ball shape, pulling your forehead up to the knees. So at your own pace, inhale, find length, that's the hard part. Keep your spine glued to the mat. Exhale, pull it back in, you're a tiny ball. Inhale, find length. Exhale, core pulls the knees back in, reach your forehead up. Couple more. Legs can go up if it's hard for them to go straight out. Just finding length in the legs and pulling your belly button down to the spine. Keep that mat, the spine glued to the mat. All right, nice job. Last one, grab behind the thighs, rock and roll a couple times. Releasing the muscles on either side of the spine. As long as that feels good, it should not hurt them. You know, the bone should be right on those muscles. And we'll come to seated here. Let's take the legs out wide. A little bit different of a way to sit to start, but we're going to get into the neck from this position. So just sitting up tall, sit bones through the crown of the head. You can close the eyes, and we're just going to take heavy neck rolls here. The neck is so important, holding up our head. We have to pay extra attention to how the neck feels. So if there's any spots that feel nice, you can add some weight, adding your hand. Notice any little knots or spots that feel funky. How can we show it some extra love? Maybe in the way that we sit or sleep. Just being aware. All right, come back to that straight tall spine. We'll bow forward here. So inhale, find length in the spine. You can bring the hands out. And exhale, hinge at the hips. We're going to come forward as long as you can with those hands out. When you need to drop them to support you, do so. But you're using the core and keeping a straight spine to bow forward, then release. Getting into the low back and the groin here. bowing forward. We'll push back up, and we'll get into that TDQ stretch, the low back. So take your right forearm, you come forward and sweep it across the floor over to the right. Open the chest to the side and inhale the left hand up and over. Now this is a pretty deep stretch to get into at the beginning of class. So really tune into that low back. If you feel tightness, breathe into it. And release through center, take it over to the left. Same thing, you open that chest, you're kind of trying to be parallel with the wall. And then inhale, the right hand comes up and over. Really deep, big opening, that low back right side, the left leg. Be gentle with it, but use your breath to get a little deeper. All right, nice job. Come back to center, we'll cross those legs, move over the knees to your tabletop position, or however you need to get there. Find that stacked position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and take your cat-cow. Inhale, gaze goes up, drop the belly. Exhale, arch the spine. Move from the tailbone, working up towards the head. Scared cat pose. Use your abs to engage there. At your own pace, inhale to cow, and exhale to cow. Take any little movements that feel natural, maybe bending the elbows, maybe the hips do a little side movement. It's your practice and it doesn't matter what it looks like, it matters how it feels. All right, take those hands a little bit farther in front of where they are right now. Hip circles, adding much more movement. Let the hips go over to the side. Let them hang heavy. Breathe into the hips. Breathe into the back. Supporting yourself through the wrists. Nice job. All right, so from here, we're just going to go straight to a forearm plank. So let your forearms come down, and then you're going to tuck your toes and straighten those legs. Might have to wiggle the balls of the feet back a little bit. Press through those heels. You can drop to the knees at any time. We're going to do some strength here. So from your dolphin pose, make sure those shoulders over elbows stay here, or reach your right hand forward like you're trying to shake somebody's hand. Last breath, reach, reach, reach. And release that right hand back down. All right, same thing left side. Reach your left hand forward or stay exactly where you are. Super challenging. Feeling that heat building right away. Nice job. Return, drop to the knees, drop the belly. Place those hands under the shoulders. Kick the feet into the mat. And we'll inhale to a cobra pose. Exhale, press back to a child's pose. Find length in the spine. Maybe wiggling the hips side to side. Try to settle into a nice child's pose. Hands are forward, hips are back. And then walk those hands over to the right. Reach through the left fingertips, side body opener. Sink the weight down to the left, even if it's just a little tiny movement. And then hands come through center over to the left. Reach with the right hand. Open the outside of the shoulders, sink the weight back to the right. Ujjayi breathing. Come back through center and make your way through tabletop to your first down dog of class. So tuck those toes, exhale, send the hips high to the sky, send the hips back, settle the heels. Gaze is back, don't try to look at the hands, look between your legs. Walk the dog here, make it your down dog. It's one pose that takes some time to remember, oh yeah, this is how it feels when I make a good down dog. So spread those fingers wide, press through the palms. So internally rotate the armpits in towards each other. That might also be a really small movement or nothing at all. But energetically, armpits are trying to face each other, pull the ears away from the shoulder. All right, we've got the space between the hands. Come up onto your tippy toes, keep the hips high, tippy toe to the front of your mat. Really try to keep the hips high. Use this core straight here. And then ragdoll pose. Feet are under the hips. Let the belly hang out on the thighs. Grab your elbows. And sway side to side if that feels good. Release all your head and neck. Really letting gravity take the weight in the opposite direction that it's used to. So from the tailbone, you're already finding more space through the bottom of the spine, more space through the top of your spine, crown of the head reaching towards the mat. And then we'll roll up one vertebrae at a time, come all the way to standing. Let those shoulders, we're gonna do some shoulder rolls. So let the shoulders inhale, they come up to the ears. Exhale, roll them back out of the ears. Inhale, they go up. Exhale, they go down. One more. Mountain pose. Let the hands be down by the side. Crown of the head reaching a little bit taller. Grounding through your feet. Inhale, hands come overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shine your heart forward. And exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose, hold plank. Holding plank, so energy goes through the bottom of your heels, pull your knees up into the quads. Stay here or drop to your knees, that's the first modification. Or you're holding plank for your second modification, or you reach that right hand forward like we did in forearm plank. Couple breaths, really feeling that heat, feeling the core. Make sure you're stable in the left shoulder and drop the right hand. Reach up with the left. Same thing, other side. Nice job, guys. Nice modifications. Drop the hand, lower down all the way onto the belly. We'll do one more together. Cobra pose. So come all the way to the mat, hands under the shoulders. Press the feet into the mat. Inhale, nice big back bend. And exhale, press back through tabletop to down dog. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, right foot high to the sky. Take some hip circles here. First time lifting that right leg. So take any little movements that that leg wants to do. Sometimes you're looking for circles. Sometimes you're just looking to open it up. Breathe life into the right side. And then we'll exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, lift it back up. Second exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, find length. Third exhale, knee goes across the body, left elbow or left armpit. Work the core. Inhale, lift the foot. Fourth exhale, plant the foot, low lunge. Drop the left knee. So more of a static hold here. We're gonna get into this low lunge. We're gonna open that left hip, and then will help us the rest of the class. We'll already feel nice and open in all of those standing poses. So low lunge can be hands on the mat, Or I like to have a block. Press up, lift the chest. So when I come from forward to lifting the chest, you pull the core with you, opening that left hip flexor even more. Relax the shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, settle a little deeper. And next exhale, half split. Send the hips back, straighten into the right leg. Again, I like to have that block nearby. Keep the chest lifted. So maybe walk your right heel a little bit further forward so you have a nice straight right leg. Inhale, find length in the spine. And exhale, fold over the right shin. Let the forehead bow down. Hands on the mat or hands on the block. Really feeling the outside of that right leg. If you want today for a little IT stretch, IT band, you can walk those hands on the outside of the right leg. See if you feel that a little more on the outside of the right leg. Adding a little bit of twist, gets that little angle. And then back to center. Bring those hands back center. We'll inhale forward to a high lunge. Sweep the hands forward, lift up that left knee. Deep bend in the front knee. Settle into your first high lunge. We'll come back to this. And exhale, plant the hands, step back. Take it through your chaturanga vinyasa or skip it. And meet in down dog. This is where it becomes your flow. Try to move one breath per movement, not anybody else's breath, your breath. And we meet in down dog. Inhale, left foot high to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, or armpit lifted even higher. Nice job. Inhale, the foot goes high. Second exhale, knee to chest. Crunch the abs, pull the knee up. Inhale, the foot goes high. You know where we're going. Third one, across the body to the right. Inhale, the leg goes high. Fourth exhale, low lunge. Plant the foot between the hands, drop that back knee. And again, moving into our longer pose, a little static hold. Open up their right side. So you'll feel this hip flexor, it's right in front. You can feel it in that groin even. Getting into that psoas. There's so much going on here. So again, pull that core up to the belly to keep the tension down in that hip flexor. Relax the shoulders. Last exhale, and then we send it back, half split, straighten into that left leg, walk the heel a little bit further forward. Flex the toes, excuse me, up to the face. Inhale, find length, and exhale, fold. Every inhale, you're breathing in fresh air. Every exhale, send it to that space that needs some release, some softening. And then lifting the chest, coming back forward to high lunge. Sweep the hands forward, you're on the ball of the back foot. Deep bend in the front knee. Deeper bend in that front knee. Pull the right knee up into its socket. And exhale, plant the hands, step back. Take it through your chaturanga vinyasa or skip it, meet in down dog. No rush. Mindful of what your body needs. We'll take it all the way to standing. So on the bottom of an exhale, look at the space between your hands. Walk step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, forward fold, deep forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, go all the way up to standing. Hands come overhead. And exhale, the hands down to heart center. And then down by the side. Inhale, the hands come back overhead. Restarting, resetting. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, find lengthening spine, fingertips to the floor, the shins. Exhale, plank the hands, step back, take it through your chaturanga vinyasa, or skip it. Meaning down dog, or do a cobra pose and tabletop. Whatever's in your practice today. All right, let's work those shoulders, one arm at a time or both arms at a time. Go down to dolphin pose. Coming down onto those forearms. If this isn't your practice, you can stay in down dog if you want. Dolphin pose. Keep looking at the space between the legs. Walk your toes a little bit farther forward towards the elbows. Pull that core up and in, tuck your tailbone back. Use your ujjayi breathing. Not an easy pose, building strength and opening the shoulders. All right, and back to down dog. Nice job. Find that nice strong down dog. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, right foot high to the sky. Exhale, plant the foot, come up high lunge, sweep the hands forward. Exhale, we're gonna come up with the knee parallel to the floor. Keep those hands up. And then we're gonna practice some balancing. So I guess you can drop the hand. Bring this knee, the left knee into the body. You're gonna grab the left big toe with left hand. Right hand can be on hip for stability. And then when you are ready, you begin to kick into that left heel. Trying to straighten the legs. So there's so many variations for this pose. The goal is to ground through the right foot. Your left leg goes wherever it can. Either knee stays at chest, you kick into the heel, or you begin to take it out to the side. Maybe eventually taking right hand out to the side as well. Lots of options here today. Okay, nice job. We're gonna bring the leg back to center and then release the foot. Don't let the leg drop. All right, kick up for 5, pulsing left heel, just lifting. 3, 4, 5, and this one, 5 again. All right, drop it back, high lunge. And then we'll exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Heel to heel alignment. Reach forward with that right hand, back with the left. And exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow, right knee, left hand reaches up and over, one long line from heel to fingertips. Opening those hips, grounding through the feet. Inhale, reverse warrior. Don't lose the warrior 2 legs. Reach up with the right hand. All right, come back through center to triangle pose. So on your way, you'll straighten that front leg. I'm gonna make a shorter stance for triangle pose. And then reach forward with those right fingertips until you can't anymore. Revolve the hands. You can always have a block here under that right hand if you want. Use the obliques to keep the chest lifted. Look at the space in front of your right toes, or half moon. So everything is open to that inside wall, grounding through right foot, balancing on right foot and right fingertips. A block under that right hand is perfect for this pose. And then we're going to be very mindful of the hip as we take this to warrior 3. So now the hips are coming to square to the mat, which can be hard if you need to wiggle out of that and then come back to warrior 3, that's okay. Kick that left heel back, hands at heart center. Standing splits, kick the left heel high, lift your top of your head, come down towards the right foot. Test your balance, pick up one hand at a time. Maybe you lift up all 10 fingertips to the back of your right calf. And drop the left foot, pyramid pose, straight into both legs, heel to heel alignment. Inhale, find lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold, big stretch on the back of that right leg. Relax the head down. You can even kind of shake out the head here. Check out the neck. Last exhale. Inhale to lift the chest, plant the hands, step back, take it through your chaturanga vinyasa, or skip it and down. All right, same thing, other side. Inhale, left foot high to the sky. Exhale, plant the foot, come up high lunge, sweep those hands forward. Exhale, we come up to standing with the left leg straight, right thigh parallel to the floor. And we take our standing balance practice for today. I'm trying to get out of the way. I don't want you guys to be distracted by wobbly things. So find something on the floor that's not moving or in front of you. And yeah, begin to take this pose at your own modification. So that could be just pulling the right knee up to the butt or to the chest. Could be kicking through, straightening into the right leg. Final variation is pulling right leg out to the side, left hand goes out. Wherever you're at, breathe into it. Last couple breaths. And then wherever you're at, bring that leg in front of you, straight into the leg, release the hand, don't let the foot drop, and then pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it back, high lunge. And exhale, open up warrior 2. Big opening in the hips, bend that left knee a little bit deeper. Exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow, left kneecap, right hand reaches up and over. Use the breath to get you to inhale, reverse warrior. Left hand reaches back, open that left rib cage. Don't lose the warrior 2 legs. We come back through center for triangle pose, straighten into both legs. I'm going to shorten my stance or stay where you are. Reach forward with those left fingertips until you can't anymore. Revolve the hands. The left fingertips can be on the floor, on your shin, on the block. Look at the space in front of those left toes. Half moon pose. We're balancing on left side only this time. Maybe there's a block under that left hand. Helps to keep the chest lifted. Maybe you even lift the fingertips off the mat. All right, this is where we have to be really mindful of the hips. We're coming to warrior 3. So our hips are from opening the window to now warrior 3. It can be a weird transition. So meet us in warrior 3, left side. And then standing splits. Drop the hands to the floor. Lots of work on this left leg. Grounding through the left foot. Kick the right foot high. Use Ujjayi breathing to get you through. And drop the foot back for pyramid pose. Heel to heel alignment. Front foot forward, back toes out. Inhale, find lift and length. Exhale, fold. Really getting into the back of that left leg. All right, we'll come out of it. Inhale, lift the chest. Find that spot on the mat where you want to plant those hands about shoulder width distance. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. And exhale, meet us in down dog. We won't be here for long. We're going to come to pigeon pose. So inhale, right foot lifts. Exhale, right knee goes behind the right wrist. And we walk that left leg back long. Try to keep the hips square here. So that's why we kind of lift up at first, seeing how the hips are, trying to square them to the mat. And then exhale, release. Come down to those forearms. And rest the head, the forehead, whatever is most comfortable. 60 seconds here. Try not to think about it. Just stay present with this pose. Last couple breaths on the right side. Gently lifting up, press through those hands to lift the chest, roll onto that right hip. Swing the left foot all the way around to land on the outside of the right ankle. We haven't done very much twisting today, so let's get a spinal twist in. Try to get those hips square to the mat. Left knee still popping up. We'll inhale the right hand, or both hands lift. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand tries to land on your tailbone. Right arm hooks on the left knee. Inhale, crown reaches up. Exhale, chin goes to the left. And come through center all the way to the right side. Plant those hands, little spinal counter twist, just dropping the chest down. And then when we come back to center, we're nice and even. We'll take fire log pose. Get into both hips at the same time. So another pose that has lots of variations. Full expression of fire log is knees and ankles touching, and you can bow forward. But that could also be sitting straight up, or if you release in the bottom leg completely. So check out those hips. Try and be even through both sit bones, so if you have to readjust, use your breathing. Every exhale, you try and soften in that space. Also notice where the energy moves. You might be holding it now on your toes, or your eyes, your jaw. Relax into it. Press up, release those legs, plant the feet into the mat, windshield wiper the knees side to side a little bit. Breathe into those hips. It's nice to open them up after all that pigeon. And then we'll make our way back to down dog, same thing, other side. Get into the left side, maybe you take some little walk the dog movements here while we're in down dog, while we're up. And then inhale, left foot goes high. Exhale, pigeon pose, bring the kneecap to behind the wrist on the left side. Walk the right leg back. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold into your pigeon. Coming down to forearms or not. Just breathe into that left side. Begin to lift the chest, coming up. As we do, roll onto that left side, swing the right foot all the way around, getting a spinal twist here. So I always have to pull my left foot back towards the body to get into this pose. Inhale, hands lift. And exhale, twist to the right. Really getting into this twist, holding it for a little bit longer. Try to use every breath as a little bit of a movement. Inhale, length, exhale, twist. All right, come through center, counter twist, lower the hands to the left, gentle press, and then push back up, coming to that fire log, other side. So you know your variation that you're at, and then press those fists into the mat, or the hands to lift the hips, settle back down nice and even. When you're ready, come into the deepest variation that you can. Breathing into both hips at the same time. All right, gently push up, unravel those legs. One more windshield wiper. Just breathe into those hips, kind of stretching them out a little bit. And then we are going to come on to our backs for a little bit of bridge pose, a little bit of back strengthening. And we'll stand up again. So let's come down to bridge pose position. Make sure you can almost feel those heels. And then begin to roll your shoulders underneath you, your shoulder blades. Tuck your chin down to the chest. Nice big exhale. Inhale, press through the heels, lift the hips, bridge pose. Grab your hands underneath you, roll even more onto those shoulder blades, and then right away release the glutes. We want to squeeze our glute muscles because they're powerful, but relax them. Let the work be in the low spine. Press the chest towards the chin now. Roll up onto the tippy toes, release the hands, come down one vertebrae at a time. All right, we're gonna do 3 total. So getting you prepped maybe for a wheel at the end. Second bridge pose, make sure those feet are within touching distance, knees pointing straight up. On an inhale, press through the heels, lift the hips. Grab those hands together. And don't forget to relax the glutes, relax the hamstrings. It feels weird because it's opposite of what feels natural to keep those hips lifted, but the hips don't have to be lifted, just get the work in the low back. Come up onto the tippy toes, release the hands. Come down one vertebrae at a time, tailbone's the last thing to touch. Third and final. If you want to do a wheel, you can bring those hands flipped up by the ears. Or yeah, restorative bridge, get that block out. When you're ready, inhale, lift the hips. Third and final, bridge pose, beautiful wheel. Nice focus, guys. Maybe walk those on, come onto the tippy toes and wheel. Try and see what that feels like. Being super mindful here. Pay attention to that breath. And then very slowly we'll come out of it together. Lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Bring the knees into the chest just a little bit. You can rock and roll on that low back, side to side. All right, and then we're coming back to standing. Grab behind the thighs, rock and roll a couple times. We're going all the way to chair pose. So ground through those feet, let the toes be touching, heels can be separated. Tuck that tailbone down. hands reach forward. Fun transition there. So sink a little lower, lift the hands a little higher. Exhale, prayer hands, twist to the right, lift over right knee. Grab that knee, press through the palms, big twist here. Pull your belly button up and in, keep your knees glued together, gaze to the left or to the right. Ground through that right foot, we're going to lift the left heel towards the left glute. Balancing here, and then send that right foot back to the high lunge with prayer hands twist. Nice transition, lots going on, so we meet in that high lunge with prayer hands. Stay here or open the arms, extending left hand down, right hand up. Nice job. Let's inhale back to center high lunge. And then exhale, blast off, warrior three. Keep those hands forward, left heel back. You look like a capital T from the side, working that right leg. Just a few more standing poses. And then we'll drop to pyramid pose one last time. Drop your back leg 3 to 4 feet. The hands come down by the right foot. Inhale, find lift and length with the chest. Exhale, bowing over that right shin. Last nice deep exhale here, getting into the back of that right leg. Inhale, lift the chest, plant the hands, take it through your chaturanga vinyasa or skip it, meet us in down dog. From down dog, we make our way to chair pose, bend the knees, look at the space between the hands, walk, step, or hop to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center down by the side. Readjusting those feet for chair pose. Bring the big toes to touch. Sink the hips back. Inhale, sweep the hands forward, chair pose. Last side. Exhale, prayer hands, twist to the left. Really getting this twist here. Press those palms together, pull your belly up. Prepping us for the next couple poses, you know where we're going. Ground through left foot, lift the right heel to the glute. Super challenging on that balance. And then kick that right foot back. High lunge with prayer hands twist. Ooh, nice transitions. Keep pressing into those palms and then open the arms. Nice. Inhale, high lunge. Working those legs. Exhale, blast off. Warrior three. Use that ujjayi breathing. Pyramid pose. Drop that back foot. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold. Last standing pose. Breathe into the back of the left leg. Relax the neck. All right, inhale to lift. Plant those hands, step the left foot back. We're just gonna lower onto the belly so you can drop the knees and then come all the way onto the belly. We'll get into the shoulders. So we'll start with the left side. Stick your left arm all the way out, away from you, and then roll over that left shoulder. You can keep that right knee towards the sky, press the foot into the mat. Opening that heart space. All the way from the chest to the fingertips. And gently come back to center. And then same thing, other side. When you're ready, go into it nice and slow. It's a longer hold. So roll over onto that right arm, opening the chest, the front of the shoulder. Maybe feel it a little bit in the bicep. Maybe all the way down the wrist. Just being mindful of not overstretching. Nice job. Gently come back to center. And then we'll roll around. You guys can come to put your feet towards the front of the mat. And leaning on our backs. So glue the entire length of your spine to the mat. Even try to get the back of your neck to the mat. And then we're going to pull the knees up towards the chest and then come to happy baby. So grab the outsides or the insides of the feet for happy baby. And again, this pose actually is not just for opening those hips, it's for elongating the spine. So that's why we started by bringing awareness to the connection of the spine on a mat. Try to keep it there in happy baby. You can play around with some movement if you want to rock side to side or straight into one leg at a time. Beautiful job. Release the feet to the ceiling. We'll get our last little reverse blood flow in here, coming to shoulder stand. So press the hands into the mat. Begin to rock and roll those hips until they're up in the sky. Rock or grab your low back with your hands. Wiggle those elbows closer together, kind of creating a little tripod. And yogi's choice for legs. But really, the goal is just to get those hips as high as you can. You'll feel a little bit of choking in the breathing. It's okay. Just be mindful and breathe through it. 5 to 10 breaths here. If it's not in your practice, just keep those heels elevated. Let the blood come down to the heart. All right, cloud pose. Kick those feet overhead. Try to let the toes touch the floor. This time you can grab the hands together. Big low back release with cloud pose. Try to straighten into the legs. Even more constricted breathing. It's a good thing. It's a side effect of this pose. Bring that chest a little more towards the chin. And then slowly we release out one vertebrae at a time. Press the hands into the mat to control you. Tailbone's the last thing to come down. And at this point in practice, I give you time to take any last poses or stretches that your body needs. It could be anything at all. You can get up, jumping jacks, or you can meet us in Shavasana. But I will give you a whole minute to just tune into that body. Notice you can do a body scan starting at the feet, going up the legs. Just what needs attention, what needs some love. All the way to the crown of the head. And then setting up for our final close of class. I invite you to stick with that mindfulness practice, especially in Shavasana. Thoughts do come, just be the observer, dedicating this time to yourself. Inhale through the nose. One last time, open mouth, exhale, side out. Welcome to Shavasana. Invite movement back into the body, gently wiggling the fingers and toes, feeling that subtle energy, trying to wake the body back up, keeping this mindful meditative state, waking the body back up. And then a nice big inhale, reach the hands overhead like it's the first time, first stretch of the day. Use this to roll over onto your favorite side, bicep as a pillow, if that's most comfortable. And in this position, you wake a little bit more back up, come more into that body. Maybe smile. And then press up to a comfortable seated position. We'll meet sitting cross-legged, hands on the knees, tall spine, gentle bow of the head. Last inhale together, bring the hands overhead. Exhale the thumbs down to your further center. glad you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Peace.